Mr. Chairman, thank you for holding this hearing. Thank you all for being here today. I want to point out 96% of the businesses in Kansas are small businesses. That's the answer in terms of economic development for our state. With those folks being our job creators, we need to act as partners with businesses and not against them to ensure high unemployment and economic growth across our, high employment and economic growth across our state and the nation. I think this new standard delivered by the National Labor Relations Board seems to stand in the way of opportunity and growth. Millions of franchisers, franchisees, contractors, subcontractors, temporary staffing firms will be harmed in addition to those who wish to be employed by one of those industries. And I've heard from folks all around Kansas asking me what this means for their business. That means uncertainty. That means they can't really predict the future. And that's a pretty good question. The uncertainty this new standard brings is open-ended. In fact, just yesterday I had a chance to hear from a woman in Wichita who recently opened her first business as a franchisee. She opened the doors 10 weeks ago. The endeavor of this concept began 6 months ago, and the experience she needed to start began a lifetime ago working with our local businesses in the community. She got a lot of help. As a franchisee and a new business owner, she looked for a strong brand name that would do well in her community. She enjoyed the franchise model, which included a foundation from which to launch her business. When asked if she would still have opened her dream store and if this standard had been in place at that time, she answered, "You know, I'm not sure. This would have been a huge red flag. I didn't open a store to have others run it." The franchisee happens to be Ms. Stockland, and this is a designer outlet, and it's an outstanding business. I think she makes a good point. This standard, when applied, disincentives young entrepreneurs from startups and would make franchisors liable for folks they didn't intend to be liable for. Ms. Stockland, you remarked in your testimony when you enter into an agreement with the franchisee, they believe they are signing up to own and operate their own business. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Are you exploiting anybody?
I am not.
I didn't think so. You do this because you have confidence in them to use your trademark, your business model, and the reputation of the franchise you have strongly built. I see that you hope to open 75 stores by 2024. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I think that's a wonderful goal, and I wish you the best of luck in this opportunity. It's not a matter of luck, it's a matter of expertise. Do you think the possibility of this standard applying to your new franchisees will impact the number of entrepreneurs that contact you and therefore negatively impact the road that you're trying to take?
Absolutely, and it will also impact the interest to take those phone calls by me.
I appreciate that very much. Finally, a store owner in Overland Park, which is the fastest growing community we have in the state of Kansas, full of small business people and exactly the people that was described by the distinguished senator when he was in business himself. He said, he told me, he said, "Look, I bought a business model, not a business manager. And I fear when potential franchisees hear of this standard, they will choose not to invest in the business in their community or in what could turn out to be a family-run business." I don't know why we continue with all of the federal agencies involved with this regulatory overkill that makes it almost impossible to progress. I just had an old boy call me out in western Kansas who said, I don't feel governed, I feel ruled. And that's the problem. And I don't care if it's energy, education, small business, farming and ranching, or whatever. The regulatory overkill is just unbelievable. I just don't know why we continue down this road. Ms. Stockland, thank you for your example, and I hope you're able to continue with the way you want to run your business.
Thank you.
Thank you all for your time. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator.